Okay guys and girls, what I just said in the last video, said about I was going to take you through this from start to finish, and that's what I meant. So we're going to start looking for the next project here. Just sitting here with this set up in front of the desktop, and I'll take you through some of the things I do. So what I've got here is I've got millions of notifications suddenly appearing, bloody hell. What I've got here is a little Gumtree folder set up in my favourites, which is where I've got some saved searches. So what I'll do is I'll have a little look here first of all. I have a search saved here which is basically motorbikes and scooters within 100 miles, under £2,500 is what I'd set it on somewhere else. But because we're looking for a mega cheap project, we're going to go 1,000. And I know that's still a lot of money, but for a motorbike it's actually fairly cheap. So what we're going to look for here is, my goal ultimately is to get something on the road running and MOT'd for about 700 quid all in. I'm just going to open some of these up in new windows, some things that caught my eye earlier on. I'm quite open for a scooter or a bike, I'm not really that bothered. Here we have a perfect, let's have a look at this, didn't see this earlier on. A ZX9R project, pretty stripped down already. Does make you instantly worry that they've lost parts or it needs a part that you can't get. Bought to convert to Cafe Racer, never got round to it, so basically bought to butcher the shit out of it with an angle grinder, and then bottled it at the last minute. All that was done was fair and removed, last MOT 4 miles, carbs cleaned, did that. All fluids will need done again anyway, don't care about that. Oh, there's no fairing with it. Okay. New tyres before storage, no sure about that. I actually think that's not too bad. That's not too far away from me. I could probably go see that tomorrow on the way home from work. Yeah, that's actually not far from where I work, so that's quite handy. Let's have a look at the pictures in a bit more detail. So yeah, that's looking good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to fire away an email to this guy and see if he's got V5 for it. Right, see we go again. So message has been sent away to that ZX9R. See if it can make sure the V5's there, that sort of stuff. What I'm doing is I am looking for something that is under £1,000 that I can either barter down as cheap as possible or something that's advertised a bit cheaper. And I'm looking for something that I can do something with, like this kind of stuff. This is for like proper collectors, and that's not me. I don't really like standard bikes, I like to muck about with them and do daft things. So this wee NTV's been here for a few days. You generally find the same things advertised over and over and over. What I'm really looking for is something that's actually been advertised quite badly, because normally you're going to have less interest in it and you'll get a bit, should theoretically get it a little bit cheaper. Should be something like that. I'm not really wanting a 125. I've opened this DT125 because I would be quite happy with a road legal dirt bike as well. Here we have a 400 Kawasaki, it looks a bit older. I've got an ultrasonic cleaner coming, so hopefully carburetors are going to be quite easy from now on, providing the ultrasonic bath is big enough to fit the row of carbs in. Can't really be bothered splitting carbs and resetting everything, but hey ho. So let's see, it's kind of slim pickings at the moment. CBR 400, that's actually, I'm really bad experience with the V400 Japanese bikes before. Just could never get the bugger running right, V400 Bandit. So what I'm trying to do is, this is like my kind of first, this is like my short lead if you like, of potential candidates. I'll go through and I'll just open up loads of different tabs. Oops, back to the camera. I would just open up lots and lots and lots of different tabs in my browser, as you can see, and then I will try and narrow the field down a bit to a few, and then I'll maybe go see them. And if I get it down to maybe like 2 or 3, then I'll go see them. Have been burned before. When that happens, it's just a case of doing your best to fix it as best you can. So we GPZ 500, and then just basically get out of it as quick as you can. without selling somebody else on something that's a load of trouble. And remember, and be honest when you're selling things on, because people find stuff out quite quick and quite easy, you know. There was one, let's see, this might be it for the Gumtree ones that have caught my eye for a while. I'm not really wanting a 125 scooter, I don't mind a bigger scooter, kind of big guy, so 125 is not going to do much with me on it. Where are we? No, there was something else that caught my eye, but I can't remember. I'm not really looking for something that says unfinished project, because to me that's just an alarm bell that I've either screwed something up that I can't fix, or I've screwed something up that I can't afford to fix, or it needs like the proper unicorn part. Like for the monsters at the moment, try to find a decent condition petrol tank. It's a nightmare, man, just doesn't happen. It's like trying to find a speedo drive for a Mark 1 Bandit 600, they just don't exist. It's very, very rare that you'll ever get one. So it's trying to find something as well that I know I can get parts for. I kind of like the idea of this KLR 250. I like this big Atlantic Sprint. I kind of like the idea of this GS 500, but I ain't paying 900 quid for a GS 500. I don't care if it's only got 2,000 miles on it, it probably means it's going to need this. This is another thing. If you buy a mega low mileage older bike, you're going to be replacing so much perished parts just because it's not been used, you know. You're going to, I personally have had nightmare issues with carburetors. I've had plastics actually not just becoming brittle but essentially disintegrating. Bits you just can't get into to replace that are just a pain in the butt. I actually quite like higher mileage bikes because they generally, these things like to be used. Although in saying that, I have a habit of buying low mileage ones, I don't know why. It seems to be the way it goes. Right, so that's it for the ones I saw in that. I'm going to have a little bit on Facebook Marketplace. I'm admin on a buy and sell bikes group. We're about 20,000 members, so it's nice, you do get to see things before they come up, but there's nothing on there really now that's caught my eye. There is one on Marketplace that caught my eye, and I think it's a good example of one that's just not been well advertised. Where's it gone? Oh, Surface Pro 3, me and likey. Could do it a computer as well, this iMac's getting quite old and quite slow. Where are we? This will be gone now. Right, let's see. It was a 600 phaser. It went too far away from me. But I just think it was not very well advertised. Oh, it's gone. It'd been there for a wee while. I was actually going to give the guy a shout about it last night. Let's see if I can search for Yamaha. There's this XS 750 triple, but to me that's a bit of a... I'm not really into things that are that old. I wouldn't mind an XT 600, I've had one of them before. Just need to lower it because I'm a short arse. Our 1.7's a bit too pricey on here. Let's set our price filter and use these filters because I mean that's what they're there for. They kind of slim down the pickings for you to things that are more what you're prepared to spend or what you're able to afford or whatever it may be. There's nothing there really local that does anything for me. That's a little bit slightly further afield. That's a little bit too pricey. I'm not buying anything with DOMs on it because DOMs, Dominator headlights are just utterly terrifying in the dark. I rode home from Perth bike night back to Motherwell on a Bandit with Dominators on it, and it was absolutely the single scariest thing I think I have ever done in my life. I was utterly terrified. This looks good, but I think the mileage may be a bit stratospheric on this. Where's it gone? There we go, BT Sports Live. This is just after MotoGP. So there's big T-Max there. And the T-Max is quite a sporty scooter. It's a good looking thing. Needs MOT. Nice big top box, age related marks. Penrith, that's quite a bit away from me, man, in Hamilton. It looks decent enough. I think it's just high mileage. I think it's just been used a lot. Trying to see a picture of the clocks. Yeah, 62,500 miles. That's fine for me. I don't mind it for me. The problem is trying to sell that on later on when you get bored with it, man. It's just not going to happen. There's a Yamaha X-City 125. That's not too bad looking for the money, actually. XT660 Supermoto. I think they'll be wanting more than I'm willing to spend, but let's have a look. We'll do a couple more and then we'll start to kind of filter through them and shoot holes in the Genesis 650. Didn't even know they made that in the 650, I thought it was a 600. That's an exhaust, somebody's got advertised a bike, but let's have a quick double check, you never know. Let's do like one more. Definitely don't want a 50. Need something that I can actually like sit on and it'll move. But not away. I think these are all getting a bit too far away now as well. So let's start to filter through. Right, I am going to save that for later. Right, this is the triple that I've seen, an XS750 triple. This to me, I'm going to pass on this. That's a bit more classic-y than I'm really kind of comfortable with, you know. Not really my, just not my cup of tea. It's, as one of my mates would say, it's not my mug of pish. A little bit out of my comfort zone, so I'm going to skip this one. We have the X-City 125, reposted to Time Wasters. That's 24,000 mile on it, 125, not into that. XT660 Supermoto with private reg. I severely doubt you want £1,234 for it. I hate people that don't put a real price in. I think that's worth a... Let's send a little message and see how much they're actually after. As soon as I remember how to spell. Because they might just be wanting funny money. But if you put funny money in your prices, you're not going to get any replies. That's why people put lower ones. That's alarm. That's not even in that. Not interested. That's too far away. Race exhaust, thought so. So let's look at these. I like this big X9. I've had one of these before. They're great big scooters. They have like an electric centre stand and all sorts of cool stuff. Radio built in, all sorts of things. Lovely big comfy thing. My only issue with this is it's in Kirkcaldy, which is about an hour and a bit away, and it's a hell of a run to get to it, and I'm not exactly in a good books with the wife, so being able to get a lift to go and get it, but I'll save it as a favourite. Might come back to it. We have our ZX9R project, it's there. Haven't heard anything back from that, so nothing there yet. So that's saved in favourites, that's cool. We have this, this seems to be a new seller based in Stirling. He's done a couple and I actually think his adverts are quite funny. It's obviously the way he's trying to advertise them. Stevie Wonder Standby Transport, painted by him personally. Fairing held together with rivets, mirrors going everywhere. It sounds like it's been painted with a roller. What you've got there is 26,000 miles on a 250 commuter bike. And I think it's had a bit of a hard paper run. I think the problem with this is by the time you buy plastics for it, there's no money in it. And I don't mean that to sell it for a profit. I mean it's actually doesn't make financial sense to do it. The bike's not worth it. If I wanted to get something as a rat, that'd be good, but that's not what I want to do right now. Ascend TV, I'm not interested in anything. MD's took an angle grinder to subframes and stuff, so that's going. I like the VDT 125. Logbook present, needs indicators fixed. If you want to put it on the road, £1,000 O&O. That's not too bad actually. That's favourite, that one for later. Where is that one? East End, that's not too far. This wee KZ 400J. My worry with these things is actually being able to get parts from, man. Running needs some restoration. I'm going to put this in the same camp as that Yamaha triple. I think it's a bit too old. CBF 125, up at £1,000, full V5, want a bigger bike, so typical somebody's bought it to learn on. Can't have 66,000 miles on it, man. That must be a typo. It looks far too nice to have 66,000 on it. I think we can send a wee email to that, just asking what the actual mileage is. And are you open to, oh, not open to offers? Because if he's no, then I'm not going to annoy the boy. Right, we've got a wee GPZ 500, that looks okay. It's a 98 bike, it's not too old. It's got the twin exhaust. The problem you find with bikes like this is if this is anything about an exhaust blow, 20,000 miles, MOT logbook, starts and runs, scuffs in the pipes. So, I mean, it's probably been scuffs with putting it in and out the garage or whatever, so we'll save that for favourites. And we'll kind of leak down through them a wee bit later on. It looks slightly rough for 900 quid, I'll say that. This is the wee Suzuki Big Wheel. Never ridden one of these, but it looks like it could be a giggle. Apparently this person's saying that this is a valuable number plate. Right, so back again. Yeah, sounds quite nice. Little bit, no offers under 600, so why have you got it up at 750? Why don't you just put it up at 6? That's pretty cheap motoring at 600 quid. But have I got the bottle to actually be seen riding something like that? I actually think that might disappear up my backside. Favourite it anyway. Come back to that one, have a think about it. This is the ZX6 R that I've seen up. 31,000 miles, so it's had kind of reasonable usage. Have a look at it. All black. That's a ZZR, it's not a ZX6. He's selling the nine bloody thing. 900 quid. No for a 1993 bike, that's too much. That's too rich for the age of that. That to me is a 500 quid bike, so I'm going to skip that one. We have this wee KLR 250. Now this is, if I remember right from this advert, it's got it classed as spares repair. It is running. It's an import. It's had the fuel tank resealed, carbs have been done, new battery, new brake master cylinder, new fork oil and seals, tyres, side panels have been remade, that's fine. Running gearbox good. Round through to red line, but it's got a bog halfway through. That means you've not done your carbs right, mate, or you've got an air leak. Since bought a 750 road bike. My thinking with this is basically there's something wrong with this and they think it's terminal. Or they're just, you know, it's something fairly complex. I like the style of it, I like the idea of it, that would be a brilliant winter bike. I think I'll leave that one in favourites as well. We have this big Aprilia Sofa. Cracking big scooter, 500cc, I mean that'll sit about 90 mile an hour, no problem. But I think if I remember right, yeah, no offers. So 12,500 miles, so it's not been used much whatsoever. It's fairly close by as well. A grand, no offers. Now this was posted, when was this one posted up? Normally tells you fortnight ago, so he might have mellowed slightly on that. There is a Bandit for 1,000 as well that needs carb work done, but the guy's not willing to take any offers and I'm not willing to spend a grand on it, so we've agreed to disagree on that. I haven't bothered showing you that one. And this is a GS 500, which actually is a kind of tidy enough, smart enough wee bike. It's just all a nice matte black with a brown leather, kind of very on trend seat. You can see in the picture the guy's got a few other bikes. The clocks show less than 2,000 miles. The condition of the bike looks really nice. It's a 1998 bike. MOT'd as well. £900 but open to sensible offers. I'm curious as to what his idea of sensible is. I hate this button on Gumtree. See this make offer button, it just sends an anonymous message just with like whatever number you put in it. It's horrible. It just makes your buyer go instantly defensive, because that's what happens when I get it. Unfortunately you can't switch it off even if you don't want an offer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire a wee email away to this one, and I'll pick up once we've had replies to emails and texts and stuff like that, and we'll kind of shorten the list down to maybe 3 or 4, and then we'll maybe go see a few, or might just take a shot in the dark and buy one blind. If he'll take about maybe kind of 600 quid for this GS500, I could be tempted with that. It looks tidy enough for that kind of money, but then I could be tempted with a bigger Aprilia scooter as well, so who knows. Problem with these things is buying, so I don't want to get stuck with something that I can't then sell on, or that's going to be a pain in the arse to actually sell. You want something that's quite easy to sell. So when you get bored with it and you want to do a different project, you can just shift it on and pick up where you left off. Bars aren't on right in this picture either, so if you notice here, the markings for lining up the bars on Suzuki's, you shouldn't be able to see these. These bars have been shunted over to the left. There's probably more to this bike than meets the eye. One thing I do like about Gumtree is it gives you like a little tiny mini HPI check for free, so you can see it's not reported stolen, scrapped, or flagged as unroadworthy. Let's see, it might be the case, it was just nice to say no. Right, cheers, catch you next time.